is the Homer Hour, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. Here's Emmy Award winner Homer.
The best 60 minutes of your day. I have a slight problem here because I busted the mic. And I have to hold it, and I don't want to hold the mic the whole time. So, see.
If you want a different chair, I can swing you around.
Nah, because then I can't see the computers, and I have to be able to see the computers for all the benefits there. All right, hold on a second. Seems like maybe it's my headphones aren't as good. I'll have to put on my other headphones. And the level's okay now?
Sound great.
Is the level okay now?
Yep.
Huh. Let me see here. That's right, we're on YouTube, so everybody can see this, right?
Yeah, it's kind of right behind the monitors. They can't see exactly, but they can see the absence of a mic.
I did it just before we started, so. Oh, man. Hold on, this is great YouTube stuff. We have Rain Man, caller number 5, 1-800-990-3776. Ooh, that looks pretty good. I think I may have figured it out. 1-800-990-3776. Yeah, I know I can figure it out because it sounds better now. Caller number 5, it is Rain Man, and if you are caller number 5, you will automatically win a Homer prize pack, which is an ESPN prize pack, because that's what we do now. I think you should need to get a certain number correct. They don't. Ooh, now I got to figure out how to use the keyboard, not move. Well, if you want to watch on YouTube, then you'll see what I'm trying to do here. Caller number 5, 1-800-990-3776. And I think that should work. Let's see. No. All right. Oh, I got it. Still working. Do we have caller number 5 yet?
Yes, we do. We've got Glenn from Brookfield.
All right. Hold on just a second. I got to get this. So you want to go to YouTube ESPN Milwaukee because it looks kind of odd.
Did a pretty good job jerry-rigging that thing, though.
I know. It looks pretty good. Hold on. I got to. And come on. Write his name up here. Otherwise, I'll forget. Now let's see if I did this because it could be messed up. Oh, I know why. Because see, I have my bag in the way of the keyboard. This is why you have to be watching on YouTube to get the full benefit. There my fit. All right, I'm just about ready to use another mic here. But all right, what?
All right, we'll get you on the other side of that microphone. Homer is walking across the desk. He's got his headphones in tow, and now he's got a good mic. There we go.
Yeah, no, but I got it now. No, can't do this. Oh, wait, hold on. I don't know what this keyboard is for. Is this keyboard for which? Yeah, see, it doesn't work. Hold on. Take 4.
If you'd like, we can go to break, and I'll go in there and help you.
Back to the other one. Not necessary. It's a Hold on. Once we get Rain Man done, I'll get Rain Man set up here in a second. I think. Hold on just a second. We're good. I hope they're seeing it on Rain Man. I hope they're seeing it on YouTube. Let's see. How do we do there? We okay?
Yeah, we're okay.
I need a little more height, and then it'd be even better. But I got a chance here. No boss is looking at this, are they?
I sure hope not for my sake.
Because I don't even know how they. All right, we got Glenn in Brookfield. Glenn, you're on 94.5 ESPN. I apologize for the delay.
Good afternoon, Homer.
It's the first time I've had to set it up like this. Actually, right now, I think it might be pretty good. Have you played Rain Man before? What is your resume, please?
Once before, I maybe got 3 or 4. Didn't pass quick enough.
3 or 4?
Yeah. It was tough.
You believe that you'll do better this time?
I do.
Get the app to continue using this. Hold on. Let's see. I think I got it here. I got a chance.
YouTube, ESPN Milwaukee. Check it out.
It's true. Homer recreating. Yes. All right. Now we're ready to go. Rain Man is brought to you by 94.5 ESPN because we provide the prize pack, and by Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits, top-notch service, doing it locally and doing it well for over 50 years. I think I checked with John I. Saganiac. We're not sure whether it's Saganiac or if they're changing to Saganiac. It's been both. I think he said it was like 53 years. A name synonymous with employee benefits, top-notch service, and doing it well for over 50 years, exactly 53 years. Phone number you can remember. All you got to do is remember 783. That's it, 783. Most of those codes they give you are 6 numbers. This is just 3, 783. 262-783. Roger Maris, 6161. Glenn, you know the first question is the Saganiac Planning Marquette trivia question because they've been such great supporters of Marquette. You ready to go?
Yes.
Somehow we need to honor people. Maybe if they get double figures, we'll mention them the next week or something. We'll have I can't give you anything because that's a violation of the rule page, whatever that is. But you get to 10, Glenn. Maybe you take even less than that. The first question is the Big Papa Saganiac Planning in honor of John Saganiac Sr. Marquette trivia question. Ready to go? 3, 2, 1, go. What team beat Marquette the last time Marquette made the Final Four?
What? Could you repeat that?
What team beat Marquette the last time Marquette made the Final Four?
Duke.
Incorrect. How old is The Miz?
21.
Incorrect. With what pick was The Miz taken in the 2022 baseball draft?
16.
Incorrect. In what city and state was The Miz born?
Oh, that's pass.
Where did The Miz play college baseball?
Pawtucket.
No, incorrect. The Miz, in his major league debut, how many innings of no-hit baseball?
2.
Incorrect. The Miz, with the fastest pitch ever for a starting pitcher, at what mile per hour?
105.
Incorrect. How old is Giannis?
31.
Correct. Who won the last World Cup in 2022?
Brazil.
Incorrect. 2002, the U.S. made it the furthest in the last 50 years. Was it round of 16, quarterfinals, or semifinals?
Quarters.
Correct. Starting today, the Brewers division lead is how many games?
5.
Incorrect. Starting today, the team with the best winning percentage in the National League.
Atlanta Braves.
Incorrect. Have Has the Bucks record 34.8 points per game for one season.
Giannis?
Incorrect. Second all-time Bucks, 31.7 points per game for one season.
Giannis?
Incorrect. Third all-time Bucks, 31.1 points per game for one season. Give it one more try.
Giannis.
Correct. Nicely done. I have him down for 3.
Yes. Yes, I got 2 going into those final
Glenn?
3, and then he got the third.
Glenn, I can help you out. You know what you would need to do better at Rain Man?
What's that?
Listen to the damn show, especially when we do Rain Man on Wednesdays. No, you don't. You would not have missed the Miz and what pick he was taking in the baseball draft. Everybody knows that. Glenn, the Miz was pick number 63. Whatever it takes for you to remember 63. Now you remember. Kansas was the team that beat Marquette in the last time they made the Final Four, and it was bad. Miz is 24. That's not as important as what pick was the Miz taken in the 2022 baseball draft. What was it, Glenn?
63.
63. In what city and state was he born? This is impossible unless you know it. Blue Springs, Missouri. Where did he play college baseball? You have no chance unless you know it. Crowder College. Never heard of it. The Miz, in his major league debut, 5 innings of no-hit ball. The fastest pitch ever, you were close, and you could argue that I should give you a point because it's 104.5. How old is Giannis? 31. You nailed that. Who won the last World Cup in 2022? Argentina. The U.S. made the quarterfinals, yes, in 2002. The best they've done other than that is round of 16, other than in like the first ever World Cup in like 1930 whatever, which I think they finished third. Starting today, the Brewers division lead is how many games? You were close. It's 6. What team has the best winning percentage in the National League starting today? The Dodgers, just slightly better than the Brewers. Dodgers 63.8. The Brewers are 62.3. Now, this was meant to make it clear who the greatest player ever for the Bucks is, was, and will be. He has the Bucks record 34.8 points per game for one season. You want to guess again, Glenn?
Ray Allen?
Lou Alcindor or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I'm not sure which he was then.
Of course.
Who is second all-time with the Bucks, 31.7 points per game for a season. Yes, Glenn. Can you get it right now?
I said Ray Allen.
Incorrect. The highest, 34.8, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The second highest, 31.7, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And yes, Giannis comes in third at 31.1. The greatest season Giannis had is 31.1, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the Bucks for 6 seasons averaged 30.4. His average for 6 years was almost identical to what Giannis did in Giannis's greatest season out of 13. Glenn, you got 3. How did you feel your performance is?
Not up to par. I was a lot calmer. And
yes, you were very calm. Can I ask you a question? What the hell were you taking so long on questions in which you had no idea? You didn't even know the Miz's number. Why did you just, out of curiosity, I don't mean to be mean about this, but you had no idea what city and state he's born in. All right, I'll be Glenn, and I'll be Homer too. In what city and state was the Miz born? Pass. Where did the Miz play college baseball? Pass. I wouldn't even let Homer to get out the whole question because I'm not going to know the answer, and that would make me be able to go too. Though, all I care about
I heard you guys say it in the past. So I was thinking I might be able to come up with it, even though it was
and
random,
the way this
right?
and what this determines is that it really isn't that important to you, because if it was, you'd remember. It will always be important for people to realize that the Miz, because talent in baseball is harder to judge for scouts, he was the 63rd player taken. You think of Giannis, amazing that he was 15. The Miz was 63, and he could be and is now the fastest starting pitcher in the history of the game. But, Glenn, because they're so kind at 94.5 ESPN, you get 3, it doesn't matter. You still get the ESPN prize pack. So, go ahead. Of all the questions, what do you remember the most?
Miz's his pick number in the draft.
And it was?
63.
And who holds the record for
63.
most points in a game by the Bucks? For the Bucks.
Lou Alcindor.
And who holds the record for the second most points in a season?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, and who has the third?
One and the same.
Who? And you got this one right. Last question. Who is third? Yes, Giannis is third.
Antetokounmpo.
Yes, and he's had. And granted, he played 4 years. That Jabbar was pretty much in college. So, but again, you take Giannis's best 6 years, best 6, and still not as good as what Jabbar did in his only 6 seasons. All right, Glenn, you win the prize pack. I don't know how you get it. Do you have to come? Does he have to come pick it up, or do we send it to him?
I think he has to come pick it up.
He has to come pick it up. And in order for you to take it, they're going to ask you one question. I will not let them give it to you unless you answer this question correctly. Do you want to practice, or do you think you know what it is? You don't even have to ask. Just give me the number. What's the number you better have, or you're not getting the prize pack? What's the number?
63.
63, yes. In fact,
63.
Tell them I want to be there when Glenn picks it up. So all I have to do is look at Glenn. Congratulations. And if I don't hear 63, I can't say this, but I'm not giving you anything other than free air. Thanks, Glenn. Jason Wilde, next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound 94, right about at 35th Street. Right shoulder is still blocked with a crash being worked on, and hopefully get out of there relatively soon. Emergency crews have pretty much left, so hopefully they'll be able to get out of there. We do have delays from 20th Street all the way to Hawley Road, and then back on the brakes crossing Moreland Road to Calhoun. Eastbound backing up from Highway 16 to Highway F, and then from 76th Street all the way through to 35th. Southbound 43, watch for backups from North Avenue all the way down to KK River Crossing, with the northbound side hitting the brakes coming out of the Marquette up to North Avenue. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast, a severe thunderstorm watches for all of southeast Wisconsin until 10 o'clock tonight. Otherwise, scattered thunderstorms early, a low of 61. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and breezy, a slight chance for afternoon showers, a high of 72. Weather is brought to you by Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin's Road America. Trans Am is up next and is coming June 26th to the 28th. Get your tickets today and check out the full season schedule at roadamerica.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Maybe your summer sounds like country. Maybe it sounds like rock. Maybe it sounds like pop or hip hop. However your summer sounds, you'll find it at Summerfest. With hundreds of artists, great food, lakefront views, and unforgettable summer nights, there's something for everyone. Summerfest, Milwaukee's World Festival. 3 weekends, one incredible summer tradition. Get tickets and see the lineup at summerfest.com. That's summerfest.com.
Feels like the world is a little broken lately. Maybe all we need is a fix. Most spirits are acidic. Fix Vodka is different. Fix Vodka is the world's first high alkaline, acid-free vodka. Handcrafted with natural spring water and select grain. Clean, smooth, done right. Better water, better vodka. Get your local Fix.
Fix Vodka.
Enjoy responsibly.
Brewers Cubs action on a weekend? Yeah, you're gonna want to see this. Be here Friday, June 26th through Sunday, June 28th for the first matchup between the Brewers and Cubs at American Family Field of 2026. You know what happened last time, and it's time to defend home field once again. One thing's for sure, big moments are bound to happen. Score your seat for another chapter in the Brewers-Cubs rivalry now at Brewers.com.
Shop the pig.
The heart of this country is local. It's neighbors looking out for neighbors. It's small businesses that know your name. At Piggly Wiggly, the people who run your store live right here, right alongside you. And when you shop with us, every dollar stays in the community we all call home. Stop in today and see the difference shopping local really makes. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA and founder of the Neal Group, with over 40 years of experience saving clients money. Well, tax time is over. How did 2025 turn out? Did you make the right moves to minimize your taxes? What about 2026? The new tax laws have a few surprises. At the Neal Group, we know what those laws are and how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Since 1984, we have helped thousands of taxpayers pay the least amount of tax legally possible. Just ask Mark, who saved over $13,000 with our suggestions. Call us at 414-325-2040 and ask about tax planning. We will take a look at your last 3 years of returns to see if we can get you more money back like we did for Mark. We also show you how you can save on taxes going forward. You earned it. We help you keep it. Give us a call at 414-325-2040 and ask for a complimentary consultation or visit nealgroup.net. That's NEAL group.net.
You're listening to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It is the Rain Man Homer Hour, along with Jason Wilde. Jason Wilde is, because he's three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, he is on the Jason Wilde Yingling Hotline. Yes, he has his own hotline. Very few people do. Jason is one of them. Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year. Good evening, Jason. How you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for asking, Homer, and I know you're doing fine.
I'm doing fine, yes.
Is it that exclusive, though? Like you gave one to John Anderson.
Yes. John Anderson, you.
Okay, who else?
Brian Bulaga.
Bulaga's got one, exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Who else? What about Tausch? Does he have his own Yingling?
He does not.
Hotline?
He does. I don't know. He may on other shows. He doesn't have one on this show.
Does he appear on the show?
No. Mm-mm. Nope.
Oh, well, if he did, you'd give him one.
I definitely would give him one, yes.
Okay. All right. So the only real requirement of having your own Yingling guest hotline is you have to appear on this show.
No.
Is that fair?
No, it's not the case. No. Other people come on the show as guests, and they're on the Yingling hotline. I have a standard. You asked a couple people. You can ask me others. Gary Ellerson, not yet.
Gary Ellerson doesn't have one.
No.
Wow.
No. He's close.
Tim Van Voren.
Tim Van Voren, definitely. He's four-time Wisconsin Sportscaster of the Year, yes.
He is, yeah.
Now, if we were on in Georgia, Gary Ellerson would by all means have his Gary Ellerson Yingling hotline. He was high school athlete, football player of the year in Georgia the year following Herschel Walker. And it was certain that he was going to Georgia until at the last minute he changed his mind going to Wisconsin.
I think he made the right choice.
You know what Vince Dooley called him in Georgia?
I don't know. What did he call him?
The traitor.
Well, that seems aggressive.
That's how good he was. He was actually more of a wide receiver than a running back. So, but anyway, so in Georgia,
we're thankful.
In Georgia, yes. Oh, yeah. There were a number of people coming from Georgia then, if you remember. The other running back I remember is Larry Emery, and then I don't know who the
remember him,
other players. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, Gary Ellerson's good, but it's not in Georgia. He's getting close. I'm not exactly sure what he has to do to get his own Yingling hotline, but anyway,
it's very fair. Yes.
Yeah. All right. And now, now that you've had a day to think about Giannis leaving,
I haven't been thinking about Giannis.
Okay, you've moved on.
So did you read Jim Ozarski's piece in the Journal Sentinel?
I don't want to comment on that because I don't want to get in the middle of something. Something that he said previously, I'm incapable of comprehending that he knew this. He
said or Giannis said. Oh yeah.
I don't. Yeah. I'm in that business.
We can move on. Yep.
Yeah.
I would say it was well packaged to kind of take us through chronologically. I thought he did a really good job with that. I think, I do think, however you feel about it, yes, positive, negative, or indifferent, and what it says. I do think the Miles Turner podcast stuff, talking about Giannis being late for flights and stuff, I do think that should have been in there. And I'd be curious as to why it wasn't, because I don't know. Does everybody know that? That was some pretty pointed criticism, and even if you think that maybe it was exaggerated, which I think maybe some people believe, there was still something there. But I thought it was fair. I really did. I thought Jim did a good job with it in terms of my frustration, as I voiced to you yesterday, was that it just felt like there were a lot of people that were, blaming the Bucks and didn't really appreciate the fact that I think Giannis did some things that were sketchy or duplicitous.
The Bucks
or
went
just
out of
dishonest.
their way to do whatever. If there's a fault in the Bucks, they went out of their way to do whatever to make him happy, to keep him, to give it one final shot. I think partially because of the injuries that affected Indiana and Boston. But
and I think what bothered me the most, and I was glad that Jim was pretty comprehensive in exploring this, was the whole thing about them not playing him. Like, Giannis tattled to the NBA Players Association and then kept escalating it.
Yeah.
I mean, that to me, I don't know. That's just to do that to your own team. Like, look, there's certainly been times.
No, but that tells me he just lost it. That's so incredibly stupid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
There's no other word for it. Wherever you play, you've been injury prone, and we're out. We can't make the playoffs. Like, there is no explanation for him wanting to do that. He doesn't even have to care about the Bucks. He could care about the next team he's going to play for.
Yeah, I think the explanation.
What is the explanation? I'm curious.
I don't know Giannis. I've never covered him. I've never even met him. So, unlike other players that I've covered, I at least have a better, like Free, who we had a great time with today.
That was very good.
His son Alex.
You know what was the greatest part of that conversation? When he paused, when you asked about which was better, what he did or watching his son.
Yeah.
And it took him a long time, because I know, and then the way it was so real. And that's one of the reasons you like him, I know.
Yeah, he's very authentic. So
by the way, people, where can they get that? You have to listen to that interview.
Yeah, it's in the ESPN Wisconsin app. It's obviously wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, etc.
All parents of all athletic kids should listen to that or watch it,
including your dad, if he could.
That's very good.
Thanks, I try. But what I was going to say about Giannis, and look, again, I don't think I'm being unfair to him. I'm not, and I hate people. One of my biggest pet peeves about people that do my job is that they don't say anything about a guy until after he leaves town, and then they just crush him. And I think I've been pretty consistent about kind of the way
always
I
are. I'm just amazed you keep on bringing this up every time it comes up. You're incredibly consistent with everybody you've ever dealt. I could call you that as your nickname. You're consistent. You are very nice. You care about them as people, but you will ask the tough questions, and you are consistent with Aaron Rodgers. You're consistent with every athlete. I'm not sure you're consistent with me sometimes, but aside from that, you're consistent with me.
You're a little more mercurial.
No, you're consistent with everyone, and you don't even have to try. That's just you. So you don't have to say I'm consistent. If someone says you're not consistent, Jason, that's on them, and you're never going to change them because they don't get it.
I appreciate that.
That's so easy. But go ahead.
So my struggle with Giannis has obviously been, taking a level of ownership in it ending because of him, and like the fact that he, at one point in a conversation with Jim, as he writes, admitted that they did talk about him being traded when he had claimed that they hadn't. Like, again, just don't lie. Like, just tell the truth.
I think his people told him to do that, everything that he did. But he shouldn't have listened. He shouldn't have listened to him. He's responsible, totally.
Right. Like, if somebody tells me to lie, I'm not required to follow that advice. And I can say, you know what, I don't believe in lying. So, again.
You know what that tells me? He just changed a little. I asked somebody, and they said he did. And he said a lot of them changed. I asked him, do you know anyone, and this guy's older than me, that didn't change? He mentioned two NBA players, David Robinson and Tim Duncan. He said of all the great ones, and this guy's been around all of them, those are the only two he could think of that never changed. I think Brunson will never change. But we'll see.
I think from a Wisconsin athlete version. Because look, we have again.
Yeah,
Let's be
who would you
truthful.
say?
Aaron Rodgers did change. Brett Favre did change.
Yeah.
From my understanding, and I am not an unbiased judge of this, because not only did I never cover him, but I grew up idolizing him. But I think if you talk to our friend John Kerry, you talk to anybody that's really interacted with him now that he's 70 years old, I think people would say Robin Yount.
Without a doubt, yes. No one appreciated sometimes how good he is, because he didn't want to talk about baseball sometimes. But yes, that's the first person I was thinking
I think
of.
that's right. And so my point is simply that's I am in no way perfect. I may be consistent.
You
but
have
I'm not
some
perfect.
Packers you could mention, though. I'd be curious who you.
Yeah, I mean, I think the struggle with this, and
Frank
and the
Winters
reason
never
why,
changed.
Well, no, he didn't. But I think it's important to appreciate the level of stardom and how that factors in, right? And
Great
I would
point.
defend Giannis, to be consistent. I would defend him by saying that achieving that level of superstardom, I would say it makes it very hard not to change,
Yeah.
right? And you have to be pretty vigilant and put forth a pretty concerted effort to prevent yourself from changing. And if you don't and you let your guard down, you can easily change. But I would say, for example, Devontae Adams did not change. Now, he's not a quarterback. The league's a little different, but still wide receivers. He has been, and I still keep in touch with him, but he was very consistent. Jordy Nelson did not change. Now, Jordy Nelson, his level of stardom, he was a one-time first-team All-Pro, I believe. So those guys aren't in Giannis's stratosphere. But the problem with using the Packers, and I think it's a good question by you, but the problem is you can only use the quarterbacks. Like, I can't use Reggie, because Reggie I covered for like 3 years, right? I don't know what he was like.
No, he never changed.
I would say this: Butler never changed.
I was going to say that next. Yes, and that's of note, because he wasn't that big a star when he first came, and he was on a team that wasn't that good, and so he certainly had the ability or reason to change, given how much his position changed in terms of importance.
And another guy that, again, these are unfair to Giannis, because these guys never faced the level of stardom that Giannis we're talking about here. But like Clay Matthews, however you felt about him, and certainly there were critics of him, and he wasn't as productive late in his career in Green Bay, but he was very consistent. He was he obviously had plenty of ego, but he was like I never felt like he was phony. Like, he was cocky now, and he owned it, and he did care about stats and all those things, but he also cared very deeply about winning. So again, I don't think that I've covered enough players. Like, the question that I would ask, and I haven't talked to this guy in a while, but like I would be willing to bet that Ray Allen didn't change.
Yes,
I
would
went different places.
I would agree.
But
I would agree with you there.
Thing.
Yes.
So
no, it's and I've said before, I still believe that Aaron Rodgers is a great person. It's just hard to defend. Whereas, and I still think Giannis is a great person, and it's a little easier to defend than Rodgers. But I can understand that what you said and everything is true. It makes it more difficult, but there's just the resume, and you have enough years to be around someone to say, in the end, putting everything together, he was special. We're lucky to have been around. Rodgers, Mark Murphy just said it best, I think, about Rodgers.
All right, being a complicated fellow.
Yes. He's a complicated fellow. Besides that, I still think he's a great person. And I didn't say good. I said great.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think that's something I'd like to investigate further, and maybe I'll make it out to Pittsburgh in August, and I can catch up with him. But I would also say this about Giannis. Like, it was interesting. This is why I thought Jim did such a good job on his story. Like, at the beginning, he points out about how Giannis was apparently displeased that they didn't fire Bud faster. And then later it's talking about how if he ran a team, he would run it like Bud did. Like, I think he really just struggled with, and by the way, if I recall correctly, one of the things that factored into them not making a decision on Bud more quickly was his brother passed away. And I would hope, I would want to believe that people that are authentically good people, like we felt Giannis was, and I don't know him well enough to say if that's true or not, would be a little more understanding of a situation like that. Somebody on Twitter who goes by Paul Pressey, but I don't think he is Paul Pressey, mentioned that, and I thought it was a really good point. So
yeah, I think as far as Bud, I think Eden's wanted to fire him even before they won the championship.
I think they did. No, I think that's been pretty much well reported.
Okay, and then he won it, and
right. And again, and you gave me a hard time for this, and so did Tausch when we were talking about LaFleur. And look, LaFleur did not win a title, and Bud did. However they got there, they won it, right? But I think that what the Bucks have done since, and I think very highly of Taylor Jenkins, so I think they may have finally landed with the right coach, and now they just have to figure out who the right players are. But like, my argument of, well, if you're going to fire Matt LaFleur, who I think is a really good coach, who are you going to replace him with? And is it going to be? Are you going to be ending up with people who are even worse?
You could,
because and you could, and the Bucks are proof of it. Like,
yes.
However you felt about Bud, they managed to make it worse, not better.
I didn't know people didn't like it. Was he just tough? Did Giannis think he was too tough on him, or what?
Yeah, too rigid. I think is the word that Jim used in his story. Again, I look. I'm not here to tell you to subscribe to the Journal Sentinel. I read it because I'm a subscriber.
I'll read it. I do subscribe
to the Press Gazette. So it is worth it. It's
okay.
very long.
I'll do it.
Don't be too long. Didn't read. Guys.
Well, no, that's the great thing about the current paper. It's the same way about Marquette, because there isn't the limit, the amount of the length, and when it's good, that makes it even better. The ability to cover the team is potentially better than it's ever been, given that there's really no limit to how long you can write or how much you can write about the team if you follow them, right?
I am proof of that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing. Sure. It's not a bad thing. So this would be a good case. All right, I will. I'll definitely read it. I've always, Lori Nichols always done a good job. She covered Marquette and has always been a pro's pro. And she went to Indiana because of at least I think that's what she told me. It's been a while. Because of the basketball. She loved basketball and Indiana was good. That's why she went to Indiana.
She had a great relationship with Bob Knight. And I could not stand Bob Knight. And the amazing thing to me was that one of Bob Knight's good friends was Badgers men's hockey coach Jeff Sauer. And I always used to talk to Jeff about this, because two people could not have been more different.
Correct.
Than the way those two.
I could see Badger Bob and Bob Knight being closer.
Yeah,
so.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure. But my favorite thing was that Jeff Sauer gave me a VHS tape of these outtakes. They eventually made it onto the internet.
From the golf show.
Bob Knight from that golf show,
yeah.
And it is the most entertaining 20-minute VHS tape I have ever owned.
I was, as you may or may not, I was a finalist for the Indiana tennis job in 1980 and went on campus.
I did know this.
And did not get the job. They picked the other guy. But I did get one of the greatest Bob Knight stories ever, though I could never verify that it was true, where he would cross paths with the wrestling coach every day. Have I told you this before or not? I don't know if I have.
You have not. I do not know this story.
So this is the coach who was leaving, and I said, well, I don't think I'm going to get the job. Do you have any good night stories? He said, I have the greatest night story ever. You can decide if it's true. He said the wrestling coach was a former all Big Ten player, and they would cross paths, he and Bob Knight, every day at Assembly Hall, and Knight never said a word to him. Finally, the wrestling coach got so upset, he said, this is going to end. So he walks into the basketball office and says to the secretary, Knight, like most big coaches, have their own office. You got to go through somebody to get them. She says, I'm going to see Coach Knight. And she says, I'm sorry, he's not available. He goes, I know he's in the room. I'm walking in. He opens the door, walks into the office, jumps on all fours on the desk. This is the tennis coach telling me, puts his arms around Knight and says, you SOB, you better say hi to me when I say hi to you, or I'm going to break both your effing arms. And I'm saying to the tennis coach, come on. All right, tell me the end. He said the next day they met in assembly. All the wrestling coach said hi, and Bob Knight said hi. And I thought, I don't know if it's true, but I'm sure if it is, everybody else loved telling that story of the one guy who stood up to Bob Knight. So you can find out if that's true. It was so good. I said, as you could understand, I don't even care if it's not true. I'm going to tell that story the rest of my life. It was the only value of going to Bloomington, Indiana that day in like January of 1980 or something, 81. So,
well, they should have hired you, but think about where your career would have gone from there.
I don't. I have no idea. It is what it is.
But I'm glad it went the way it did.
I'm not.
For me.
I'm not.
Okay. Well,
but you know, like everybody doesn't have something in their life that they want and don't get, and then, you know. But anyway, it's that part of it wasn't necessary. All right, Jason. Thanks.
All right, Homer.
Find out. Do your great research. If you know anybody at IU, maybe you can call Lori Nichols. Say, do you think that's true? Who was the wrestling coach in 1980?
I will call her right away.
All right. Thanks.
You.
Bye.
Right.
Jason Wilde, all Packers all the time. Milwaukee weight loss, as I said and have said before, it hasn't changed. 229. Now I'm at 206. I could get lower if I want. I'm happy where it is. How did I do it? I eat less, and I'm happy eating less. It didn't seem possible. I didn't think it could be easy. Someone told me it's almost easy. That was one of the reasons I tried it. Milwaukee weight loss. And also, I emphasize there's no but you have to work out. But you have to pre-pack. No, you don't have to but anything. There's no but. Just follow their program. And in my case, and I think it would be in yours as well, you'll eat less. And then once you eat less, you're fine. That's how I keep the weight now. I expect to tell you in 3 months, in 6 months, in 9 months. So you get $200 off of the Milwaukee Weight Loss Summer Special. Book your free consultation now at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. You can tell Homer sent you, and then you can tell me when it works what the specifics are for you that make it worth. Very important to me is a sugar-free barbecue sauce and a sugar-free salad dressing so that I can add those to whatever I'm having in protein or salads. And, oh, baby, I'm good for life. Your situation and what you work within their program might be different. Doesn't matter. You lose weight because you eat less, and you can continue eating less for the rest of your life. MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Results may vary. Next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound on 41 starting from Appleton Avenue all the way down to Capitol Drive. The northbound side slowing from Mayfair Road up to Silver Spring. We've also got kind of a heavy ride on westbound 94 from before 27th Street to about Hawley Road, and then from just west of Highway 100 into about Elm Grove Road. Eastbound's backed up a bit as well from 70th Street all the way through to 35th. And we did get some word of a possible disabled semi in the Hale interchange from southbound 894. We are seeing delays from Beloit Road down through the Hale and onto 894 eastbound past Forest Home. I'm not seeing any semi or anything like that, but you want to keep your eyes open for things like that. And we've also got delays from 60th past Loomis. Back to college season starts at IKEA. Shop smart storage, bedding, furniture, and more. Verified college students save 15% with IKEA Family. Stop in today at IKEA Oak Creek or visit us online at ikea.us. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast, a severe thunderstorm watches for all of southeast Wisconsin until 10 o'clock tonight. Otherwise, scattered thunderstorms early, a low of 61. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and breezy, a slight chance for afternoon showers, a high of 72. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Take me out to the ball game, roll out the barrel, and get up, get out of here, gone. There's nothing like Milwaukee baseball. And Discount Liquor is here to help you turn your tailgate or game viewing experience into a grand slam. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor, where since 1960, we've been your one-stop shop for everything alcohol-related. This baseball season, make plans to stop by Discount Liquor, because when the division rivals from Chicago visit, the more booze, the better. With a selection of over 15,000 varieties of beer, wine, liquor, and mixers, all at the lowest prices in town, Discount Liquor has got you covered. We are your one-stop shop this baseball season. Discount Liquor, 2 locations. In Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow in Maine.
Discount Liquor.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Evan Cohen.
The Knicks are the ultimate example of we just want to be together, all of us, and we want to do this thing together. They all found a home there, and I think many of these players are trying to find a home there. Davion Mitchell, point guard, top 10 pick in the draft. Norm Powell, all-star. Andrew Wiggins, champion, all-star, number 1 pick in the draft. Bam, obviously, all-star, lottery pick. Giannis, Hall of Famer. Based on that, do you want to be together? Do you want to be like Bridges and Cat and Brunson, who led the way, obviously, with taking a little bit less? That's the model now. The team that I root for that just got Giannis is not the model anymore. What they're trying to do is catch up to the model, which is the Knicks. Are some of these guys now going to take advantage of joining Giannis and Bam, which means I don't have to play great defense because those guys are behind me to take a little bit less? It's an unfair ask, but that is probably what's going to happen now.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code BALANCE to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code BALANCE to borrow up to $10,000. Use code BALANCE to borrow up to $10,000.
This is the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Yes, it is the Homer Hour. My thanks to Jason Wilding, and before that it was Ray Mann. And yes, before that I busted the mic just before we went on the air. Everybody, not everybody, many people now enjoy shows, not just on radio, but on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube whenever or wherever you're listening. Just know we are live on YouTube as well. You can watch the show, see what's happening in the studio, comment along with us, find out if the Dome is open or closed on an evening home game for the Brewers. Such will be the case on Friday. Just search ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and subscribe today. 1-800-990-3776. If you want your 30 seconds, 45 seconds on Giannis, as done last night. 1-800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and text line list is more. The people on YouTube, Homer, this is awesome. This was right at the top at 6. Like my dad trying to work his cell phone. Great TV, no game tonight, so no Miz. Oh, no Dome report. What an idiot. Retire, you senile old man. I don't find that irresponsible. I could easily see how somebody would say that if I was like that every day, but yeah, that's the heat you take when things are messed up, and I messed them up.
Accountability.
This is a family show. Retire, you senile old man. No, I'm not. I'm 71. They will retire me one day. You might say the next time on YouTube, yeah, Homer, they should retire you now. No, I think we got it worked out, and I don't know how many minutes that was. But yes, given and understanding how much people do YouTube, I probably should have a better plan B, and I might in the future. 1-800-990-3776, the Carbless Talk and text line. Liz is more. And again, you get 30 to 45 seconds to say whatever you want about Giannis. You will not be interrupted, which is rare for me, because if you stink, then I'll interrupt. Not in this case. You get the time to say whatever you want. The Discount Liquor Twitter poll question: with Giannis traded to the Heat, are you happy, sad, angry, or just expected it? And that's not done because of any opinion I have. It's because of my curiosity on Twitter, and this is the only way you can find out what people think, not one person or two person. Everybody's got one vote. 64.5% just expected it. 21% sad. 10% happy, and 4% angry. And if you went by just the people on Twitter, I don't think you would get that percentage. That's why I love polls. 65%, way more than any other, just expected it. Final segment. Your calls if you want 30 to 45 seconds. Your comments on YouTube if you want. Or I'm going to talk next.
Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
Brewers Cubs action on a weekend? Yeah, you're going to want to see this. Be here Friday, June 26th through Sunday, June 28th for the first matchup between the Brewers and Cubs at American Family Field of 2026. You know what happened last time, and it's time to defend home field once again. One thing's for sure, big moments are bound to happen. Score your seat for another chapter in the Brewers-Cubs rivalry now at Brewers.com.
Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Amore, pepperoni, amore, mozzarella, amore. Screaming Sicilian, more.
Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza. More toppings, more flavor. More is amore.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Meet Jim and Rita. We went on a motorcycle trip. But somewhere in Wyoming, Jim and Rita were in a serious accident. They blocked off the interstate and everything and took us to the hospital. Sometime later, Rita made a discovery. She had noticed that the bracelet was gone. And I asked the trooper, is there a chance we can go out there and see if it's still there? And amazingly, he found a couple of pieces.
It was only 2 tiny links of the bracelet.
Jim was determined to buy Rita another bracelet from Kessler's. And I had my checkbook in my hand. But when he arrived there, and I said, okay, how much? And she says, that's part of our warranty. Jim and Rita discovered the Kessler's miraculous, no small print warranty. It's just amazing that you guys do this.
And it's true.
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed. It's just that simple.
It surely is miraculous.
Read the Kessler's miraculous, no small print warranty yourself at Kessler'sDiamonds.com.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. Right now, buy 4 windows, get 4 free in 48 months with 0% interest, same as cash. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Don't let summer pass you by. Turn it all the way up at Summerfest. The music, the moments, the memories you'll replay all year long. Summerfest, presented by American Family Insurance. June 18th through 20th, June 25th through 27th, and July 2nd through 4th. Your soundtrack to summer starts here. Get tickets now at summerfest.com.
Welcome back to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Day 2, no Giannis. Fisco Auto Body, it's a family business owned since 1931. Fisco Auto Body in Forest Home and Franklin. It's not what they do, it's who they are. And they still own the business. They are still working on the cars. Can you imagine how good they are given at what age they start? One of the reasons they're so good. Standard is the other. Expert workmanship guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. Any damage, Fisco has you covered. Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. So you remember the name. Giannis with the Miami Heat. As I said with Aaron Rodgers, once you leave the team I follow, you're dead to me. I don't give a hoot how Giannis does with Miami, other than as it affects the Milwaukee Bucks. If his play makes it harder on the Bucks to get to the playoffs, then I care. But other than that, yes, he's dead to me. That does not mean that it will ever change the appreciation I have for how good he was and a championship. You want more than one, but one is just it. I would say the mural, which is basically Giannis, given that he has left Milwaukee, they need to keep the mural up, but they also need to add to the mural some of his teammates, because it is now Giannis as part of that team that's special, especially given that he bailed. And I would suggest they probably should have another mural with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Lou Alcindor, and his team, given the championship that they won. I'm more than happy with a mural honoring any championship. Imagine with the Packers. You'd have 7 of them. You go around, where are all the murals for the Packers? Maybe they could catch up. Yeah. Also, the draft, NBA draft is 2 days. This is amazing. The second round of the NBA is pretty much the same as the first round games of the World Cup. But the Bucks do want a second round pick, and there are some second round picks that have been pretty good. Brunson would probably be the first one right now. But they are, though they didn't have one at the time I talked with somebody, they are trying to get another. They could find somebody who would help the team. Giannis, lucky to have been around. They'll probably I wonder what that list is. Dwayne Wade, Giannis, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers. There may be other where you just say, wow. Certainly was the first time I saw Michael Jordan. They told me how good he was. First year, went to the arena, and I saw him and go, I can't believe it. He's even better than they said. He can fly. Yes. People that you've watched in sports that you feel lucky to have been around. If you're a big baseball fan, I'm sure Robin Yount fits up right there. And he hadn't been around for long, but you're thinking it already. The Miz! The Miz! Yeah. Lucky to have been around. I don't know that it's ever happened any faster than it's happening with The Miz. Golf is next.
We've got delays southbound on 41 starting from just south of Apple.